let's retrace back. So we're getting, business things done, and we know we needed a bus to transport, participants from Phoenix, Flagstaff, or wherever to the land. And we got the idea to look on Facebook, for the Facebook Marketplace. So Saturday is when we started researching the buses on Facebook, and so I was trying to get into my old Facebook account, the one that actually has my profile and everything like that. Yeah, it locked me out, so I can't get back into Facebook whatsoever on that original profile. So then I had to make a new Facebook account, and I didn't upload a profile picture, bio, nothing like that. I just typed in my name, created something, was like, let me get this bus. So created a new Facebook account, and then clicked the marketplace button. Typed in bus for sale, around me, and so a few buses popped up. There was a lot of buses that have been converted from an actual bus to like a tiny house apartment type studio type of thing, which are selling for real cheap, like 5,000 or so.
Just so you know.
Yeah, it's on Facebook. But and then also, there were a lot of other buses, like price ranges from like 5,000 to 50,000 and more, depending on what kind of bus you want to get. So I did a filter, and I was like, so my budget is under 15,000. So with that, it populated the buses that were under 15,000, and we found this nice bus, in San Diego, and so in below our price range, or below our price budget, and we decided, hey, this is a nice bus, 17 passengers, and it's in San Diego. Let's hurry up and go, to view the bus and see what it's about. And so we messaged the guy. Mind you, the person who was selling the bus, did not speak English. So luckily, you want to tell them about that experience, and even like just messaging on.
Yeah. So we'll take this brief intermission to explain that in the background is one of the beautiful rock formations in Sedona. We felt like the background for this story would, a peaceful environment would be the best place for you to absorb this information. So we realized that the person is predominantly speaking Spanish, and I have some Spanish speaking skills. And so as we're messaging back, and the thing about translating is there's basic things that you learn how to say when you're communicating with people, but the more specific the words that you're using, like if you've never had a particular type of conversation, it's it's new. So we started texting. I was double checking myself with one of the translation applications that's not paying us, and so for that reason I'm not naming them. And so but the rest of my Spanish was good enough. We've got it. Cool. So Aaliyah's like, Saturday night, let's go. Okay, cool. But in the midst of us going, we wanted to drop part of our website. So we called a few people to make sure that everything looked good, things made sense, and the folks had edits. And so someone said to put this here, put that there, switch this around. And so we began to redesign and reconfigure some of the merch. Please check out the merch side of the website. So we finally get on the road, and we make this journey. We arrive in San Diego. at about
We arrived at like um 2, 4 in the morning, something like that.
the quizzical face that I have is because I was asleep. We traded off driving at the point that I had hit my wall. Aaliyah became our driver.
Yeah, so it was like around 4 in the morning. We arrived in San Diego.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So we get there. Before, so in the midst of the translation, communication, the person was like, hey, I'll be able to meet you about 4. We're thinking about what the rest of the week looks like for us. And we asked, what about 11 a.m.? And he responds back, great.
Yeah.
So it's 4 when we arrive. We sleep and then we go to the gym, go get food, and it's about 10ish, and we get a message that says, I'm not going to be available until 1. We're thinking, okay, great. 11 to 1 is not, it's not a huge difference.
We're already out here. So.
We're here. So we spent some time communing with the waters. We engaged some jellyfish, some crab, and there's some spiritual messages from those creatures that we wanted to honor and just really be in the space of gratitude, because it could have taken a lot longer to find a vehicle. We have no idea who these people are, if the vehicle works. We're just really walking in faith in this space. And so this is one of the reasons why we wanted to share this saga with you, because this is how we're operating in creating and being a physical manifestations of this dream. This is how we're moving in this space. So we go to, we send them our location. Hey, how close are you? And we find that this person is in Mexico. And so that's fine. From San Diego, Tijuana is 20 minutes. Yeah, so it's really, it's okay, fine. But the border is complicated. The border is complicated in Mexico to the United States. The border is complicated from Canada to the United States. Both sides of the borders, which are imaginary lines, are very complicated right now. And so from 1 ultimately until about 3:30, this person was in line on the way into the United States. We finally connect, and there's a video for that. And we find that the bus is in beautiful working condition.
Yeah.
He brought us to the bus. We're communicating in Spanish, my very choppy Spanish. And so if anyone would like to begin communicating with me in Spanish specifically and solely, I would very, very much welcome the conversational practice. And he tells us that he opens the bus and tells us, hey, so my friend has the keys and he's on vacation with his children. Just a moment. So he goes to get the keys from his friend, and we drive it around. We're like, wow, this is really, this is a blessing. This is so, it works. You'll see the video. From there, we come back. We clean it out a little bit. We're ready to get the paperwork. We go to the bank.
Well, even before then, too, we test drove the bus.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah, it's in the video. But, driving the bus is smooth. And, yeah, you'll check it out on the video.
So we're ready to pay for the bus and get on the road. At this point, it's about 3, 4, 5. It's about 5-ish.
5, yeah.
And the conversation goes that, oh, wait, it's a Sunday. ATMs are not going to let us take out a large amount of money. What to do? You know what? Zelle, who is not paying us. So please, this is not a sponsored ad.
Right.
So we send a text. We're at the ATM. Hey, what is Zelle looking like for y'all? They say Zelle would be awesome. So we head on back. We go up there. We start sending money via Zelle. Find out that there's a $2,000 limit to Zelle. So per day. So we go from, okay, well, we have a solution. How about we send you $2,000 today and then in succession for the next few days so that we can fulfill our commitment to you in terms of money, and also we need to get on the road
now before it
gets
too
dark
late because the sun was going down.
It's a giant vehicle that we've never driven before. We need to go.
When we purchased it, the front driver's side window was missing,
and mirror.
Yeah, and the
driver's side mirror.
So, like, if we were to drive it back, it would be all that wind. And it's cold out there in San Diego. At least it was when we went out there. So, we just wanted to get on the road, before it gets dangerous, anything like that. So, yeah.
But then, as I felt that it would be a great idea for me to take a nap because we're driving, I wake up to a knock, knock, knock. Take it away.
Yeah, so basically, we were on the phone with another person who was also the owner of the bus as well, saying that because Zelle had like a limit per day, he didn't feel comfortable with us driving the bus back that night, and so he wanted to wait till he got all of the funds from Zelle. And so it was a huge back and forth with that, basically showing him that, no, the money is out of our account, it's just in holding right now. Like, can you give us some paperwork, the bus, some keys, something that we know it's not a scam, that you're not about to, scam us, because we're being legit with you. We're showing you the payment, went through, and how it's being allocated. And so it was a huge back and forth. It was like around 9-10 before we got done with that conversation. But ultimately, we decided on him driving the bus from San Diego to Phoenix the next day. And us canceling the rest of the Zelle and just paying it, the rest of it
in cash.
In cash on Monday. So, because the banks were open at that point. So, that's what happened. So we drove back that night at like 10 p.m. and we didn't get back till like 4 or 3.
Time early in the morning when it's still dark out. And this is all in faith. It's a huge trust exercise.
Yeah.
The vibe was that we, on both sides, we really want to trust you, but we recognize that scammers exist.
They're real.
So how do we protect ourselves from you? How do you protect yourselves from us? How do we make this happen? And so it ended up being a positive experience, because as they drove the vehicle to Arizona, they found some things that they wanted to fix up. They replaced the battery. They added some paint. They cleaned it a little bit more. They just did little things because they were driving this vehicle to us. And it was kind of a really beautiful experience that, of course, we have to protect ourselves, but also being honest and being of integrity, that we need to have space where we trust each other and have space where we're wise. And in the case that we're not trusting each other, but there's an opportunity for us to collaborate, we did that.
Yeah.
And so that was a really exciting experience.
Yeah, and also, so on Monday, they arrived at like 9 p.m. in Phoenix with the bus. And so it was really smooth, and it was like really joyous on both sides. We were like, glad you made it down here, and we were joking and things like that, and it was just all good vibes. From there, everyone, we could see that we could trust each other once everything was finalized on Monday. and that night they drove back to San Diego, um, and we have the bus. So it's like, yeah, a beautiful experience, and um, yeah, now we can go forward with the mission and everything like that. So it was well worth it. All of the experiences, the little hiccups, because we know now, what to do, how to do the transactions, what works best, what to look out for, and things like that. So